Before working with Heather, my life felt that it lacked clarity. The clarity in what to do next, what was most important, and even to how to go about tackling all those tasks in my life. Living that way just made me feel a lack of control, which is really hard. And along with that lack of control, kind of an attitude of defeatism. Just because you're just trying to keep up, you're just going through, but you don't ever really truly feel like you're gaining ground or gaining control. So it's kind of like life is driving you instead of you driving life. So I heard Heather on a podcast, and it was after hearing her on that podcast, I just thought, I want to do this. I need this in my life. And specifically what it was that she said in the podcast were some things that just were like a balm to my soul. One of them was just that idea of living lighter. You know, life for most of us does feel heavy, and it felt very heavy at that point. I really liked that she addresses clutter in our mind, clutter in our body, and clutter in our home, and they're interrelated. And then along with that was just her personality and her attitude is one of lightness itself. And there was just this sense of letting go that guilt and heaviness that we place on ourselves, and that was really appealing to me. I do admit one thing that made me pause a moment is the cost, because we all have limited financial resources. But I'd heard enough from Heather on the podcast to feel that this was really worth an investment of not just my time, but my money. Heather has helped me to live lighter by, first of all, giving me the tools to think about my thinking, as I mentioned earlier. But that's very, very powerful. Secondly, as a part of that process, she's given me the tools to identify and name the obstacles to my progress. If I can't get rid of something, I've learned with me, it comes down to often sentimentality and utility. But knowing that, I'm better equipped then to make that decision because my decision-making process has been laid bare. I have felt very much supported by Heather and the entire School of Living Lighter community. The group coaching calls are amazing. You can go to those with any questions you have. And a lot of times I don't have questions of my own, but people will bring things up that have been so beneficial to me. And I just sit there and listen to other people. And what comes out has actually been so applicable to my life, even though I didn't have that question on my mind. I think what surprised me the most about the School of Living Lighter is really how many resources there are available to you and the different ways that you can engage. And along with that is the parallel that Heather would all say, just do what feels light. So some content producers have all of this stuff and they're just encouraging you to dig in, and there can be a little bit of guilt if you're not utilizing everything fully. And what I've really appreciated is she'll mention things are there, but there's been no sense of compulsion that you really, you're behind on such and such unit. And so I have really appreciated the fact that there's so much there and I can just dip in when it's useful. And if I don't, I have been given 100% permission that it's okay, and know that I'm still gaining a lot from the program. So to anyone who is wondering if this is a program that would be worth their time and money, this is what I have to say. I knew I needed to mainly declutter my home. That was my primary goal. So I had bought many courses on, how to declutter your closet, how to declutter your junk drawer, all of those things. Actually, thinking back, this is what made me realize that Heather's program was different. It's not addressing the how-tos of the physical objects. A lot of it is addressing what's going on here. It's addressing the thoughts behind the decisions.